Alexander and the car with a missing headlight. Alexander's car came from a junkyard. Some men were going to smash it into pieces because it was old and rusty. But in the middle of the night, the car got away. It drove faster and faster through the city. Then, crash. It hit a big tree right in front of Alexander's house. The crash woke Alexander up. He went downstairs to take a look. And sure enough, the left headlight was broken. Luckily, Alexander had a light bulb in his room. So he fixed up the car, and off they went. Suddenly, a ferocious dog leaped at them from behind a building. Barking fiercely, he chased Alexander and the car up hills and down hills. The dog was very big and could run faster than the little old car. So when Alexander came to a gas station, he drove quickly behind it. The dog did not see them and ran right on past. Alexander sang as he drove his car along a country road. Soon they came to a field dotted with the stumps of trees that had been chopped down. A woodpecker was there, crying because there were no more trees left for him to peck. Alexander jumped from his car. "Come with me, woodpecker," he said. "I'll take you to the jungle, where there are lots of trees." So off they went to the jungle, all the way round to the other side of the world. As they were getting near the jungle, they came to a big sea. In the sea was a big whale who was quite hungry. Alexander gave him a piece of bread. And soon they were all riding on the whale's back. Alexander saw something in the water. "Quick! There's a baby elephant who's drowning!" he cried. He grabbed the little elephant by his trunk and, pulling and hauling, landed him on the whale's back. The whale left Alexander and the elephant and the woodpecker at the edge of the jungle. The woodpecker flew off to peck at some trees. And Alexander drove along slowly with the baby elephant riding on top of the car. It was nice in the jungle. The woodpecker met some birds that were bigger than any he had ever seen before. The baby elephant found two big elephants who played with him. But it was scary, too. A big, ugly spider was spinning a web that no one could see. The car ran right into it, and they all got caught. "Quick, woodpecker, tear down the web," shouted Alexander, "and be sure to bring it with you." The little woodpecker did, and they escaped with the invisible cobweb in the back of the car. They came to a mountain. The old car didn't have the power to get up the steep hill, so the elephant got off and pushed. Finally, they came to a river. There was a king sitting on the other side. He was crying because a crocodile had eaten his horse. "Come on, I'll drive you back to your palace," called Alexander. The elephant lifted the king on his throne high above the water and brought him to Alexander. But the king was lost. He didn't know the way home. So Alexander asked a giraffe who was standing nearby. The giraffe stretched his long neck above the treetops. And sure enough, there was the palace, just a little way ahead. The king's people were delighted to see him again. One of the men carried him inside. Without the elephant and the woodpecker, who had stayed behind in the jungle, Alexander was lonely. So the princess took him for a walk in the garden. They played together until the sun went down. Alexander wanted to do something to please the princess. So he decided to do some tricks with his car. He stretched a rope between two big trees, high above the palace. All the people came out to watch. Alexander jumped into the air and stood on his head, while the car turned somersaults on the rope. Suddenly, snap! The rope broke. The little old car crashed to the ground. The headlight was broken again. Do you have an extra light bulb in the palace? Alexander asked the princess. Here we have only the stars, she replied. So Alexander called the woodpecker. And the woodpecker, holding the car in his claws, flew straight up into the starry sky. Alexander reached first for one star, then for another. Finally, he caught one and carefully fitted it into the headlight. It worked perfectly. The sun was coming up as they floated slowly back to Earth. But the world had been turning beneath them. So when they landed, they were back in the city again. The ferocious dog was waiting for them. He began barking and chasing after the car. Up one street and down the next they raced. The little old car was getting tired, and the big dog was catching up. Spreading his wings once again, the woodpecker flew them to safety on the roof of a big house. Cover the car with the spider web so the dog won't see us, Alexander called to the woodpecker. So the woodpecker did, and they sneaked quietly away. Goodbye, little woodpecker, said Alexander as he drove into his garage. Goodbye. Fly back to the jungle. There you'll have lots of trees to peck. And tomorrow, I'll come see you. Really, I promise. Because now, I have a car.